My transformation and how I lost 25 kilograms in only 4 months. It was totally necessary, and I was asked so often about this, how I made it, and I'm gonna tell you in this video exactly the story of how this happened and what I did to lose those 25 kilograms in 4 months without being hungry. But first of all, how did I get fat in the first place? Look at those images here. I was always fit. I was always into sports, fight sports. I did so much. And I grew so fat. Wow, those ab exercises, for example. It's crazy. I was so fit. Push-ups. I was always very proud on those one-arm push-ups. I was able to do them. I was young and I loved sports and I was fit. So how did this happen? Those horrible pictures of me. Look at this, that fat belly. And there's actually also an animated picture of that. I'm blushing by looking at this, but it's just the truth I'm sharing with you. Look at me. Fat's actually moving when I'm walking around. It's like a colossum. Look at this, a picture from the time, that fat face I had. Horrible. Here's another one on the lake. Horrible fat face. So how this actually happened is, so after university I started working at a consulting company and I worked in a foreign country in Germany. So during the week I was there and on the weekend I was home. And we worked hard. We really worked hard. We worked from 8 to 11 every day during the week. And then at 11 I would be at my room and I would be hungry, or even on the project I would be hungry. We'd order pizza or I eat pizza when I'm home at my room. And there was actually a little pizzeria place right below my room. So I would usually pick up a pizza and eat the pizza. 2 years I was on that project eating pizza almost every night during the week. That's how this horrible image here of myself, it's taken in 2001, how I made this reality after being fit all my life. I was 97 kilograms at the time, or 98 kilograms at the time, and I didn't plan on losing weight. No, not really. I was always fit, but I thought like this is just normal and now I'm fat. And I was happy. I was happy. It's totally weird. These are pictures of me, same place, 1 year later. After I had lost within 4 months those 25 kilograms of overweight. That's me. I'm very thin there. Not a lot of muscles yet, actually. I'm very thin, a little bit of extra skin, of course, that went away later on. Since then, I feel like I've become more fit every year. What started my diet? And I will share with you in this video exactly what I did to lose 25 kilograms in only 4 months without being hungry. And what triggered my weight loss was, we had a management meeting and there was this guy. He was huge. He was really huge. Usually, before, as I've known him. And he was in that meeting and he was thin. And I couldn't believe it. I asked him, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you that thin? I didn't feel like I wanted to get thin or anything. I was happy as I was. That's when you're in it. You don't really notice. But I asked him and he said, yeah, he's up to this new diet, or he's read a diet book and he told me about it. That, for example, he's not eating French fries. And I said, well, I love French fries. I would not quit eating French fries. And yeah, but then that stuck in my mind somehow. And in the next week, I didn't eat any French fries. And end of the week, I'm on the scale. I lost 1 kilogram. I was 98 kilograms before. I dropped to 97 within a week. I couldn't believe it. Then I started reading the book, started to be compliant with that diet. And it worked. It worked. On average, I lost at least 1 kilogram per week. It was really a steady decline on weight. So I started. And the more it worked, the more strict I was. During the week, I would totally be strict on my diet. No excuses, no exceptions during the week. And I would make exceptions on the weekends. Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. I was very strict during the week, but on the weekend I ate chocolate cake and stuff, and I sinned on the weekends, but then next week I would be very strict again. And the funny thing I noticed with this is, let me paint that for you. I don't have the chart anymore, or I would have shown you the chart. But what actually happened is this. Here was my starting weight. 98 kilograms. And then my weight fell over the course of 4 months. So this is the curve starting at 98 kilogram. Within 4 months I was on 73 kilograms. Now the funny thing is, on the weekends I would sin. And what basically happened is, if you see this curve, it's very linear actually. That was very interesting. It's a linear curve. Like losing the same amount of weight every week. But what happened on the weekend is this. So it's just to show, every weekend there would be a little weight bump, like this one. So weight would go up very slightly following the weekend, but then during the week it would go back to the original curve. Then next weekend or Monday, weight would be up a little bit, but during the week it goes back to the curve. So that's very interesting, and that's how it really worked. I was eating a lot of meat, vegetables, and salad, and cheese during the week. And people said I'm crazy. You can't eat that much meat. You can't eat so much cheese. It's too much fat. Fat is unhealthy. Now remember, the food industry, at the time there in 2001, they were all telling people fat is bad. And there were all those low-fat products with high sugar that you could buy, and that's what they told people. And a lot of people believed it. They thought I'm crazy by eating so much fat and so much meat. They said you're crazy by doing that. But I stuck to my diet, and I did it. And their low-fat diets, they never worked for them. It's a big lie by the food industry, in my opinion. Big lie by the food industry. And so many people, till today, I think, still believe that fat is what makes you fat. But that's BS, in my opinion. It's not fat that makes you fat. It's the number of total calories intake that make you fat. And then actually I wanted to stop the weight loss at 78 kilograms. That was actually my target weight. But my fat burning was so intense that also after starting to eat the stuff I skipped out of my diet, after starting to eat it again, I still kept losing weight, and it only stopped at 73 kilograms. Then it stabilized, and I was able to raise it to about 78. And since then, it's more than 10 years ago. It's actually 15 years ago now. I was able to keep my weight at around 80 kilograms, which is really my target weight. Whenever I feel like I'm gaining too much weight, I just go back to my diet. It's kind of a low-carb diet. I'm going to share you exactly what I did in a few seconds here. And whenever I feel like I'm gaining, I'm going back to the diet. Look at those pictures here. This is me, 2003. It continued, 2006. This is how I looked in 2006. 2006 pictures. It looks like a completely different person. Isn't that amazing? This is a picture of 2011, about 10 years later. Finally, I also added up some more muscle that when looking at those pictures, it's so amazing. It looks like I'm getting younger every year on those pictures. Here's another one. 2011. This one is amazing. Here's a picture from 2015. A little less exercise, a little bit less weight exercise, a little bit less muscle, but still, it's an amazing journey. Now, your first question may be, what about sports? Did you do sports as well? And the truth is, matter of fact, yes, I did. I did play squash 2 to 3 times a week, 45 minutes each of those sessions. I played squash, which is cardio exercise. Later on, I dropped squash and switch to more weight exercises, heavy lifting exercises, and that's why those progresses I've just shown you have been made there. Of course, I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything, but I still think this journey is rather impressive. I feel very proud of it, and I tell you this, the feeling within your body has completely changed. My body feeling has completely changed. I feel fitter, I feel stronger ever since. Now you're certainly curious how my diet actually worked. What I did is, I took some foods out of my food plan entirely during the week. Those foods are high carbohydrates, and those include sugar. I removed sugar entirely out of my food plan. Like for coffee, for example, coffee without sugar. Later on, I also stopped drinking coffee with milk, and that's actually another incident that happened to me. I got a coffee with sour milk, and ugh, that smell! I think you got the visual there. That was horrible, and that's the day I also stopped drinking coffee with milk. Since then, I only drink black coffee. So number 1, no sugar. Number 2, no wheat, like pasta or pizza. No pizza, no pasta. Pasta's easy for me. I don't like pasta anyways. Pizza is a little bit harder because I love pizza. Next one, no rice. It's high in carbohydrates, high sugar. It's actually a low-carb diet, of course. It's kind of one of the first low-carb diets. No potatoes. And that was kind of the hardest because I really love French fries. So no potatoes. No corn, because corn is also kind of a wheat and it's high in sugar. And very little fruit. It's fruit sugar. It was considered okay to eat fruit. I don't like fruit that much anyway, so also very low on fruit. So that was the diet, very easy to remember. 5 things I would not eat during the weeks. Sugar, rice, potatoes, bread, and corn. Very easy to remember. I just avoided those, and that's how I lost all that weight on a steady base. And ever since, whenever I felt like my weight was going back up, I dropped back into removing those high carbohydrates. Now my diet today is not exactly the same. I still try to avoid wheat and bread and corn, pasta, because I don't like them that much. That's easy. I add some pizza, I add some fries today, and that works for me. And remember, I just did this diet during the week. On the weekend, I would eat chocolate cake, but I'm not sure this will work with everyone. So, of course, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling you should follow this diet or anything. I'm just telling you what diet actually worked for me, and I think that transformation I made there is really an incredible one, and it's a transformation I was asked about a lot, and so I wanted to share with you as well. Maybe this can inspire some of you on your journey to fitness. And I've been stable for 15 years. I hope you like this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to Story Spotlight for more amazing stories, and see you in the next video.